these men the same. Their relentless drive, their willingness to leave everything in the ring will be exactly what makes this fight unforgettable.
I know what I can do. I know what I'm capable of. There's a reason why I'm here.
Lamont Roach, you and your people is up slamming.
Because in boxing, greatness isn't just measured by where you start. It is defined by how you finish. Lamont Roach Jr. began in the same world, in the same gyms, chasing the same dream. But the paths that brought them to this inflection point could not be more different. The world has witnessed the incredible rise of Tank Davis. Prodigy turned champion turned superstar. Lamont Roach Jr. has taken a different path.
That's right!
His tenacity is evident in every fight, but even more so in the long arc of his career, where he has scrapped and fought to earn the right not to be overlooked.
I'm really him. I bring any type of smoke to anything in my way. I am him in that ring.
The contrasts are evident and clear. But what?
After a long wait, Prime Video has just released the first episode of Gervonta Davis vs. Lamont Roach Gloves. Off ahead of their rematch, it has thrilled the boxing world. And clips from the series have been doing the rounds on social media.
Yeah, of course. But the only thing that's gonna matter is when we get in the ring. If you ain't on your A game, if you ain't focused,
Trying to hear that.
I'm telling you right now, you better tighten up. Cause if you don't, my mother, I'm gonna make it look like a cakewalk.
Now, I promise you, on my mother, you better believe the females home and the kids. On my mother.
Of course, with Gervonta Davis taking center stage, the episode opens with him narrating the aftermath of the rematch. From the moment he stepped out of the ring, it was clear how disappointed Tank was and how determined he was to redeem himself after a tough performance. Despite previously talking about stepping away from the sport and hanging up his gloves, Tank has since returned to the gym looking hungrier and more passionate than ever.
Good try.
Hell no, that was weak.
Come on. I need both hands.
That body shot hurt. Go back down there.
Keep pushing forward.
You gonna piss blood tonight. I haven't been in the ring in like 14 months.
Oh!
The video also showed Tank looking sharp in the gym, his focus clear despite the bitterness of a draw and a tarnished reputation. This is definitely the most skillful opponent Tank has faced, the narrator admitted. Oddsmakers favor Davis to redeem himself and get the job done on August 16th, but there's a growing consensus that Lamont Roach has a serious shot at pulling off an upset. Tank has a lot riding on this fight. If he's going to leave the sport someday, he wants to do it on the highest note possible. It's no surprise why Tank trains the way he does. For a heavy hitter, it's unusual to see him so calculated and risk-averse through long stretches of the early rounds. But it's all about survival, staying alive in the ring, a mindset shaped by his tough upbringing.
10, 9, 8, 7, power, 6, 5, power, 4, power, 3, 2, one more. Good, feet to here, roll under the bed. Good job.
That lawnmower, that's that. Stop that.
I made the decision to train in DC because, you know, I haven't.
The video cuts to Lamont Roach, training in Plant City. He grins, then chuckles. I think I'm going to beat him up badly. How much does he truly believe that? Only Roach knows for sure. One thing's clear. He's relaxed, light on his feet, fully in his element. No surprise, Roach is a lifer. Like Tank, he's weathered the chaos inside and outside the ropes. And now, he looks ready. He's very dangerous. He's a snake in the ring, Roach says, describing Davis's style, giving away early rounds, lying in wait for the perfect moment to strike with that fight-ending shot.
Done that. We still in the gym. Same day. Next day. Next day.
Maybe a bad day that day and say something, man.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, some people just gotta know what you getting yourself into.
he just might be a little off, and he be tripping sometimes. That's it. Like, I know that. People gotta know that they dealing with a wild card.
Despite hinting at retirement and turning in what many saw as a lackluster performance, Gervonta "Tank" Davis has continued to speak openly about his need for therapy. In a recent interview, when asked about his mental health over the past 2 years, Tank admitted that his past has left scars, and he believes therapy could be key to finally healing, but not yet. First, he says, there's business to handle brutally against. Lamont Roach. The narrator frames it as a classic DC versus Baltimore showdown. It's not a time-honored rivalry like Puerto Rico versus Mexico, but the energy is real. And while Tank doesn't seem rattled, he's also not radiating overconfidence. He's focused, quiet, but deadly focused.
Baltimore and DC, two different worlds, but they so close. We grew up together in the sport. It was always just a tension and rivalry.
Even as kids, when Tank and Roach fought, those in the know paid attention. They were too young.
As usual, Roach is caught on a video call with his son. It's a quiet moment, but it hits this fight could be the biggest of his life, and his kid gets to see it. He's 29 now, same as Tank, and he's been through all the politics and BS of the fight game. Still standing, he brings up the loss to Jamel Herring. That one hit hard. I got my tool bag and went to work, Roach said. Depression came, but he didn't fold. 4 years later, he came back and beat Hector Luis Garcia, something Tank couldn't do. Roach rattled off all the reasons he believes he can win, but the one thing he doubled down on? The fire. The same fire that makes the most explosive man in boxing who he is.
You gonna feel all this we gotta do? Look, hey Tank, we gonna go 35 for 12.
Many years ago, legendary champion Marvin Hagler remarked that it's hard to get up and do road work at 5 a.m. when you're sleeping in silk pajamas. In other words, when you're hungry, when you're chasing something.
After battling to a shocking draw in their first meeting, fans are starting to believe the Reaper could pull off an upset of the year candidate with a knockout this time around. Roach is a skilled fighter, but his power is considered average, something that might prompt Tank to skip his usual feeling out process and go for an early finish, potentially ending the night before it truly begins. Still, Roach believes his grit and preparation will push the fight the distance. I worked my head off, Roach said. If he's on his way out, why not be the one to kick his bum out?
But it's like people selling that stuff. Even the picture where everybody was in the room. That shit look like some devil shit. Facts though, some dope, yeah. That shit like some devil shit. Like they sold that song. Yeah, you go with that. That was crazy. And you seen how the guy was? He looked at the scorecard. Yeah,
I like proving people wrong, and I damn sure like proving myself right, said Lamont Roach. Right now, they've really got me fucked up, so upsetting a lot of people is definitely on the agenda. Roach is calling it the fight of the year and sees it as the beginning of his legacy run. After this bout, he plans to chase another champion, whether at 130 or 135 pounds. I want to prove I'm the best, he told Boxing News 24. On the other side, Gervonta "Tank" Davis is reportedly having a great training camp and is embracing the challenge Roach presents. According to promoter Leonard Ellerby, speaking to the Laboratory with Plaz, this fight marks the start of Tank's road to retirement, one he fully supports.
If you got a talent, the money gonna come, for sure. So I wouldn't even tell them to focus on the money. If your talent there, don't even worry about the money. That's all you gotta worry about.
Trainer Greg Hackett calls the upcoming Gervonta Davis versus Lamont Roach about a solid matchup, though he admits Roach may fly under the radar for casual fans who haven't followed boxing closely. Greg Hackett